Excelcast.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the Excelcast. I'm your host, Joe Parker, and today it's actually my first multi-person podcast. I'm here with the City Cuts Barbershop crew. We have John, Luke, Rudy, Gio, Chris, and Jerry. How are you guys doing today?
Going on, what's going on?
Good, man. So if you guys just want to give me a little bit of a rundown of the history of City Cuts and, the mission that you guys strive for and strive to achieve every day in the community.
Well, the history of City Cuts started with me. We opened up barbershop here in Kutztown in 2006. And my main reason for myself was to just have my own schedule, be my own boss, and something that I enjoyed doing so that was the main reason for me to open up my own barbershop. And luckily enough, some good guys came along and made it successful as much as it did today. Our mission for being big in the community is we just want to be good people and good examples and good role models to these kids. Growing up in Allentown, our barbers didn't do that for us. They weren't a big part of our lives. They just pretty much cut our hair and, here you go. Go about your day. We want to be sort of like a big brother to our community, and we want to be pillars of our community. But that's the whole reason why we kind of strive to make a positive impact in the barbershop, because we only have 15 to 30 minutes to be with a kid. So as much as we could make that happen for them, we want to own that responsibility.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking specifically to, the kids, you guys have the Books by Kids program. Can you explain a little bit about that?
Oh, yeah, for sure. So the Books by Kids program, we started it roughly 2016, 17. And what that is so we encourage the kids to read a book while we cut their hair. In exchange, they get an incentive of they get to keep their book, they get a piece of candy, and they also get paid $3. So we just try to give back to the community through the kids, because that's our future. You know what I mean? The kids see it as getting candy, getting money, getting paid, but really we're boosting their confidence. They're getting their public speaking. 80% of people are afraid of public speaking. No adults like to talk. So we're trying to get that fear out of them within the barbershop as much as we can. We figure if they can speak in the barbershop amongst other people, then they won't have a problem speaking to their peers in class and whatnot. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I know me personally, I had a speech impediment growing up, so I really like that program. And when I visited with the Small Business Development Center, you guys were talking a little bit about that. And that's what made me, that and the fact that Luke cuts hair really well, that made me want to, come to the barbershop and be a part of that, because you guys were more than just a barbershop, and your mission speaks through your actions. And you guys, just as barbers, aside from John and Jerry, how has being a part of, this barbershop brought you a different perspective on being a part of the community?
Well, for me, I grew up in Kutztown. I grew up, right outside Kutztown, went to Kutztown High School. And for me, I grew up in this community, and this barbershop brought a different touch of culture and meaning to haircuts to Kutztown. I was getting my hair cut by John, by people that are a little bit older than me, told me to go to him. It's probably been around 12 years ago, and that's how I got to know him. But it brought that, around this area, haircuts, and people never looked at it as like a complete need for me growing up either. I mean, we'd go at home and just shave our heads, and it brought that different kind of culture, into Kutztown. And then with what John gives back to the community here, wanting to just do more. That's what we do every day. Yeah, we try to provide the good haircuts, try to get better at that art. But the main thing is when people step in this door, it's to bring a smile on their face. If it's a kid, male, female, adult, grandparent, no matter who it is. If it's the mom bringing their kid in, if it's the whoever, to bring that source of comfortability here and just really, like I said, make that person smile. Because you don't know what they're going through that day. You don't know what you can help them get through that day by just being who we are here, being the team. And like you said, once you step in that door, you're under attack by kindness and just trying to bring a smile to your face. I mean, it's just what we really strive to do here, and that's the part of this community that we can provide here on Main Street. It's just you come in this building, you walk by here, you're gonna get a hey, have a great day. We're gonna try to do something to make you smile. So that's for the community here. That's what, in my perspective, and from growing up here, it just really brought that difference.
Yeah, that's very evident whenever I came in and whenever I still come in to this day. I mean, the first person I see is Jerry. Jerry gives me a fist bump, and then
Sure.
if Chris is there, Chris will give me one. I walk up to Luke. I usually say hi to all you guys as soon as I walk in, and if you guys aren't there, you'll come up, you'll fist bump everyone that's getting a haircut, and there's definitely a community feel when you're in there and when you're getting your haircut. And what made you guys as barbers want to work at City Cuts specifically? Like Chris, what made you want to work at City Cuts?
Honestly, at first, it was the location. It was close to my house. But then I came here and I realized how great of a group of guys there was. And I was like, wow, this not doesn't even feel like a regular barbershop. I was like you said, it felt like a community. Everyone was hanging out. I saw right away how they talked to clients. So I got lucky on that point. I wound up stumbling in here and finding like the best barbershop you could possibly come into to cut hair, to just love what you do every day. It makes it so much easier when you work with people you don't mind working with, that you love working with, that you can actually have conversations with every day, and they're always looking out for you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Gio, how is it for you? What made you want to come to City Cuts?
Well, me, this is being my third shop that that I came working at. I could have tell right away that it was everyone just being by themselves, like in the other shops, versus here, like they're like asking about something that you need, if you need help with a haircut, or just with the uh, books by kids program. That's also, it was like a big difference. You don't see that in any other barbershop. So that's the reason I've been here for 5 years and almost going to six, and I don't see myself working anywhere else because of that reason, and many, like we always try to help each other, try to improve each other, instead of like not just hating on each other, try to take other clients from these guys. So I see it as being like working with more than just co-workers, but working with friends, and being able, you don't feel it, it doesn't feel like it is work. It feels more like I'm hanging out, but at the same time I'm also here to provide a service for the clients, and and like John said, it's not only a haircut. It's also about try to bond with the client and see how their day is going. Some people might be going through some stuff that it's not good for them. So we're here to listen, and if we can give some type of advice, we just give it, and it's not just about a haircut. So that's those are the reasons that I'm still here with these guys.
Yeah, and I think having that sense of community involvement kind of allows you guys to not fight for that territory, like not fight for clients, like you said. Like it's more of we have a mission bigger than making money and cutting hair. And the mission is to foster a kind environment, improve our community, be that beacon of light and hope for those that live near us and everyone that visits Kutztown as well. And Rudy, how is it for you? Why did you decide to work at City Cuts?
Well, well, this was my first shop working at the barber school. I came here, honestly, it was a little tough at first, coming out of barber school, doing everything like I know I suck, and I know these guys next to the shop, like starting off, these guys really helped me my development, everything, and I couldn't ask to be in a better place, really, because if I was anywhere else, I probably wouldn't be the person I am today. Thanks to John and Jerry, they never gave up on me, helped me each and every day. The job here, if I was lacking or slacking, these guys got me. Like you just can't be in a better environment, in a better place where somebody wants to grow with you and help you grow. So I love being here. Me, I wasn't even like I was really shy when I first started here. I wouldn't even say hi to people. I would just cut hair with a straight face or whatever, and come in here, John and Jerry. Everybody used to walk through the door. They're like, hi, Rudy," just to get me to
Right.
say hi. And now I'm like the most social person in the shop. So
Yeah.
it's definitely a developed community. I respect the community. They respect me. And it's just a great environment, great place here.
Yeah, it's funny you say that, Rudy, because I remember one day specifically, I walked in and I was pretty quiet, and Luke kept saying, "Hi, Joe. Hi, Joe. Hi, Joe." He kept asking me about it, and I was like, "Hey, Luke, like, what's up, dude?" Yeah, so that's
We're
funny.
gonna bring it out of you.
What did you say, Jerry?
So we're gonna bring it out of you.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
No matter what kind of day anybody's having, they walk in the City Cuts, we guarantee a smile for sure.
Absolutely. And Jerry, how did you and John get together to form City Cuts and you know formulate this environment?
How much time you got?
Well, give me the abbreviated version, I guess.
All right, so me and John go back. We've been best friends since fourth grade. I don't know if you know this story. We've been best friends since fourth grade. We went to school together, all the way up to middle school, high school, graduated together. We went separate ways. We went to different work fields, and about 2007, he gave me a call and asked, like, "Would you learn how to? You want to learn how to cut hair? It's just another job that you can do. You know what I mean? A skill that you can learn." So I'm like, "Yeah." So he came pick me up. I bought my first pair of clippers, 2007, and then I was cutting at the shop, helping him out. Really, he was helping me out because I didn't know what I was doing. So he said, "I got a spot up in Kutztown." And I'm like, "Kutztown? I never even heard of that place." So we from Allentown. I'm like, I don't even know about the cornfields and all of that. So I came up and I seen that this town really didn't have any urban barbershops. So I'm like, "Oh, you might be onto something here because you're the only one here." And it took a couple years. I didn't take it serious at first. It was just like a side thing. And about 2015, well, 2013, I came back to the shop. I was working with John for a minute. He needed some help because of the clientele I built up from the college students. And then I wasn't all in. I was working at other places, third shift, this, and that. I actually got fired, right? But it was all good. I respected it. It was a mutual thing because I had to stay focused and working all these different jobs, or I would have been sidetracked. And John needed the business to grow. That was like a peak moment for City Cuts that for them to for us to blow up. So he had to keep moving. 2 years later, I call him back like, "Hey, you need any barbers?" And he's like, "I actually do." So 2015, I came in and just like everybody else, man, I evolved. I used to come here with like, expensive jeans and belts and all this stuff. Coming to Kutztown, they don't even know what I'm wearing. You know what I mean? So it was like,
Yeah.
I'm wasting money and time. So I had to evolve as well. How I spoke to people. You know what I mean? My vocab had to get better. I already had the personality like a people person, so that wasn't hard. It's just I just needed to get the work ethic in there, right? So once John gave me, I just follow his footsteps, and it's just been working. It's like a snowball effect, and I pass that to the next man, pass that to Rudy, pass that to Chris, and hoping and watch them evolve. So John brought me in, and my plan is to retire him first.
There you go. That's awesome, man. And you guys specifically as barbers, with the positive work environment that you guys have, is there any outside endeavors that you guys, are pursuing at the moment?
Luke, St.
Well,
Lucas.
Yeah, I currently have a condo down in St. Thomas I just bought in March. Investment property. That was a big thing here. That especially in barbering, you learn invest, invest, invest because we're all it's all up to us. It's all up to ourselves. You know what I mean? We're independent employers, so you have to do something to broaden it. So it's something I want to do for a while. Not the specific location per se. I went down there on vacation. I have a couple people I know that live down there, and then in January that was, and then I was talking around, looking around, and I was just like, "Hey, this is the spot." I'm gonna invest in paradise. But to bring that back to the shop, it helps me a lot there because again, we're a team here. So if I need to go down there or I got work that whatever it is, that involves that condo or that investment, I can rely on the guys here to have my back with. It's not spiteful. It's not they look at me like, hey, put me down like, oh, hey, you're doing good. We're gonna try to throw you down, which a lot of people do. Got the haters out there. So here at the shop, you don't have that. If I need to go down there, if I'm down there, my clients need, haircuts. I'm not around at that time, which we all try to do that as much as possible, but it's not always going to work. So I can trust on these guys here to hey pick up my slack when I'm not here. If I need an hour of my day to hey I got something going on down there, I need to take a call. Everyone's gonna pick up my slack here. That I was I wouldn't say lacking, but it's just that team effort. It's just that one that when next man's up. That's how we look at it. So no matter what the situation is, and just the support. So the support here just was able, from the top to bottom. There is no top to bottom. Everyone's looked at equal. So it's just like it meant a lot to me in that way, because it gave me that extra help. I was a tree trimmer 8 years before this. I did one of the deadliest jobs looked at in the world. So it's just like, and I came here. I was given an opportunity here by John. I worked as an apprentice under him. I did all my work in the shop, and that was a blessing in itself to be able to do that. And I just take advantage of the opportunities that this shop has given and the people around me. So yeah, it was. I'm doing that on the side, but I wouldn't be able to do it if I wasn't working here, and I guarantee that. Or I gotta say, it wouldn't have been as easy. So that was a great help, and I'm very happy for that. And I'm gonna take full advantage of that and keep on pushing. And I know it motivates everyone else around me. Just when one of us takes off running with a plan, an idea, whatever, um, the next one follows up. Or we start kicking around ideas. Hey, how can the next guy step up and do better for themselves? So it's a snowball effect, but it's a healthy snowball effect.
Yeah, absolutely. From tree trimmer to hair trimmer, Luke
That's
Feely.
it.
Two things that never stop growing. Smart
Yeah,
man.
absolutely. Yeah. No, but that's good that you guys have that sort of work environment and that the positive the positive influence that you guys have on each other too, because you can only take someone as far as you're willing to go. And I think that, you taking that extra step to grab an investment property, I don't know if the other guys are thinking about it, but it's definitely like, hey, you can do this as well. So you set that example for them and you set the example for, anyone else looking to do it that you can do it as well. Um, are there any of you other guys have any sort of outside endeavors that you're looking to pursue at all?
Jerry,
This so this summer I started a rental business, renting out bounce houses and party essentials. Like cotton candy machine, snow cone machine, popcorn machine, just to the family and friends, and even up to the college and any community events, some churches. So moving forward, we're gonna have tables, chairs, tents, heaters. So there's water bounce houses, dry bounce houses. anything you could think of that an event needs. So I started that because being a staple in the community, like John was saying, we already have the people around us. So how else can we help them? You know what I mean? Since we have a lot of kids, our clientele base is mostly families. I thought it would be a good idea to start a bounce house business, a bounce house rental business for the community to help the people out, and not just the kids and the families, like the churches, the university, whoever needs party essentials, Bounce is there for them. You can follow us on IG, all right? Bounce LLC. But yeah, I had to do that here at the shop because we can cut hair until you're 100. You know what I mean? So you got to find something else that you like doing besides just cutting hair, so it doesn't just turn into work. You know what I mean? Uh, Nowadays, you got to have more than one stream of income, to live the lifestyle that you want to live. So you got not to say take advantage of your opportunities, but notice when there is one and jump on that. Don't be afraid because a lot of people tell you not to do stuff. For instance, people told John it was going to be a bad idea to open up an urban barbershop in Kutztown. And here we are 17 years later, with 5 extra guys pursuing the same opportunity. So it's a wonderful thing, man, just being able to have that environment here at the shop and the clientele turns into family. It's not just, I got a customer. Nah, it's Joe Parker's coming in, my man. You know what I mean? I was talking about 2 weeks ago when he had another podcast. How did that go? It's more building relationships now. It's not gaining customers, it's building relationships. So I'm just happy that we're able to have the opportunity here at City Cuts to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And having that, it allows you to have like positive moments and special moments with those people that you have that come through the door. So have any of you guys as barbers had a impactful moment on you when it came to an interaction with a client?
Oh, couple.
Oh, impactful moment. I'm trying to think. There's so many people.
How about the kid that wanted to be a barber like you?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Luke, help me out. I'm terrible with names. What's his name? Hozak. So
dressed up like a barber for Halloween.
yeah. So I'm sorry.
Chase.
Jace Hozak. All right. So the first time he came in, he was not having it. Not at all. He did not want to get a haircut.
Chris got kicked where the sun don't shine.
Yeah. It was a rough one. It was a rough one. It was a hard cut. But he just evolved. He came in, he did a little bit better, did a little bit better, did a little bit better. And now, like, he comes in, he has a smile on his face. His mom's like, oh, we got him like fake clippers and everything. He wants to be a barber like you. And like, they sent a picture of him cutting his dad's hair. Like, and I'm like, that's crazy. From going from like freaking out in the shop to now wanting to do what like he did not want to come here to get done to him. Now he wants to do it to other people. It's crazy to see the impact you can have on someone if you just relax and try to make it a calm environment, make it fun for them. Like we put on the one cartoon he liked to watch, and now it's like it's fun for him to come to get a cut. It's not, oh, we have to go get a cut. He looks forward to coming to get a cut.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's almost the concept of he was afraid and he was fearful of getting his hair cut. And when you made it like, hey, it's not that bad, man. And you cut his hair and he, sounds kind of funny, but when he survived afterwards, he's like, wow, there was really nothing to be afraid of. And the guy was nice. So why don't I, pursue this or try to do this or be better at this? And I think that speaks to a lot of people in general, when it comes to being, if you're afraid of something, but you face it, it almost becomes like, wow, what else can I achieve? What else can I accomplish? And that is, that speaks specifically to that. Gio, did you have an experience at all with a customer? Or
basically like, kids with special needs, they require more attention. Autistic kids, especially I have a couple, and there was a case when this guy came in for the first time, and then he wouldn't have like me going around, with nothing, like no tools because of the noise it makes. And it was like that maybe for maybe 3 or 4 haircuts, and then right after, he's got it, he got used to me, used to being around us. So
Yeah.
basically, now it's like, he just sits here and he comes in, says hi to me. He's like, still, and I do everything just like any other person. Just a regular haircut, from like shears, clippers, trimmers, all the way to the straight razor, shave on the shape up. And he's only 12 years old. So I
Okay.
saw a big, difference of, growth from, his part, coming in maybe like 4 or 5 years, old. And then now it's like, I can see a big difference. So I'm really happy, that I can, provide that piece, to his mom, that comfort, that she can
Yeah.
have coming in the shop. And she knows that, he's going to sit here and just get a haircut and then just, go about, his rest of the day. So,
Yeah. Yeah, no, and that's probably worth more to the mother and to the son than an actual haircut itself. So
right.
that specifically is, what they come in and what they pay for it. Not only are they paying for the service of getting their haircut, but they're also paying for the service of peace and calm and your kindness toward him that allows him to get his haircut in a calm and good manner.
Right, exactly, yeah.
And Rudy, do you have any specific client experiences that were impactful to you?
And he used to come in here and beat everybody up, kick, and like do everything. And it took some time, it took some years, and kind of to see his growth. Like now he comes in, he doesn't want nobody around him. It's just me and him now. He doesn't need his parents around him. He doesn't need nobody holding his hand. He gets his whole cape on, everything, and like things like that. To me, kind of, it helps me become a better person and kind of see like the impact I have on like little kids or even older people, and how like even though they have, they may have autism or whatever, but I'm like important to them, and helping them, and they feel comfortable around me, they feel safe around me, and they feel safe in their environment, and that's really a blessing. That's really something that you need, like you need more of, you need to see more of. And I have another kid. He was, he went through things as a child, traumatic experience as a little child, and he's coming here screaming, screaming, and now it's like he loves to be here, running around. He doesn't come in here screaming. Sits down for his haircut. He enjoys being here. Those are the things that I feel like us as a community, or us here, we're really helping and changing a lot of things, which is great. Which is great.
It's great.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. You're giving the kids an area to be themselves because of how kind you guys are and how nice you guys are to them and the environment, the positive environment that you guys foster. And I notice even when the kids come in, you guys are always saying hi to the kids too, always giving them fist bumps or high fives. It's not just, the adults or the college kids. It's also like the small kids, even if they're being upset. I've seen Luke like do a dance in front of the kids to try to make them laugh if they're upset about coming to get their hair cut. Just things like that. And yeah, you guys definitely create a warm environment for families, and families feel safe coming in. And Luke, specifically, have you ever had any impactful experience with a client?
I have had a lot. But what mainly sticks out to me, I'm going to sort of like put this broader range, is just like you said, like the comfortability. It's crazy because people come in here when they have, good experiences coming up or bad,
Yeah,
funerals, weddings, I mean, you name it. If people want to look presentable or, no pictures are going on or something like that, they're going to come get a haircut. So first off, you're putting a piece of art per se on someone's head that will be last forever. Pictures last forever. But then on top
yeah,
of it, people come in here before they tell a lot of people in their families or anything like that huge moments. And what blew my mind when I became a barber sometimes is how personal you can become with someone. Because, you come in here and be like, oh, yeah, I just found out, my wife's pregnant or something like that. We didn't tell any of our family or anyone yet. And you're like, all right. It's just, it's crazy, or you'd be like, yeah, I'm going to propose to I'm going to propose to my girlfriend this weekend. And they're like, yeah, I didn't tell anyone. And you're like, and like just that trust that you can gain in someone, or like they say, like with the kids, it's huge. They're just like even sometimes when the kids act up, we'll ask the parents to just leave and just be one on one with the kids. So just let us work with them, and it's just like to have that moment that the kid like starts getting that level of respect and being like, hey, like I'm okay here. They're because like I said, some kids you never know what someone's going through or so what someone went through in the past or anything like that. So to be able to, see that involvement or have that level of trust with that person, that family, anything like that. It's or like I said, people come in here. It's not all happy. People come in here. A close family member died or anything like that, and they come in here and they probably don't want to be around a lot of people. They you get that feeling. It's just like, hey, they just need that support, but they come in here and they lean on you for that. You can just talk to them. They can express that, and people just sometimes need to let that out, and to just feel that from people, it's something I never felt before, especially within a job. And it's not even a job, it's just something that we do, and yeah, so there's been many, many instances for me, and I just always keep that in mind, and to have me help the next person or celebrate the next person. So for me, that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, you guys are a lot more than just barbers. You guys are psychologists, therapists. There's a lot of different aspects to what you guys do. And I didn't know that you guys, like kind of will be like, hey, like, let me just be one on one with the kid, like just kind of send the parents away. What's the thought process behind that for you guys?
Yeah.
Well, for instance, what I learned early on in my barber teacher, Mr. Clyde, always taught me is that when certain kids, their behavior, it's not the best. Sometimes it's the parents that's involved in that they tend to act up because they see like that safe haven with the parent. So
Mm,
if you remove that parent away, sometimes the kid's looking at a stranger or you as a barber, is like, oh, now I don't know what to do because he's not with me or she's not with me all the time. It's a great feeling, but they tend to act up because the parent is there. So if you remove that parent, now we have that one on one. We could work with them as far as, yo, man, can't act like that or chill out. We're gonna get this haircut done with or without your parents here. And it's like that stern. Sometimes they need that stern voice to kind of be like, oh, okay, now I can't act up because my parents not here to save me. So removing that parent away sometimes it at that moment in time it sucks for them, even for the mom or the dad, but it's about evolving that kid to be a better, behavior wise as far as I need to be in a public place to where I'm okay. And that safety for them to feel that within a barber chair with the barber while getting a haircut. 2, 3 haircuts later, you can be like, oh man, that was the initial one was bad, but then it improves and it improves and it improves. And after that, it's like, man, this is nothing no more. So that taught me a very important thing as far as sometimes it's good to let them grow up by themselves to make mistakes. And that goes into adulthood to this day. We got guys who are 30, 40 years old still making the wrong decisions and we still have to correct them. Even for ourselves, we got to correct ourselves. We got to hold each other accountable. So this is just a place for everyone to feel welcome and to grow. And that's what we want. We want that environment for everybody.
yeah, it's almost like too. You're giving the kids a environment where they're without their parents, so they're learning how to act in public without their parents. But it's also that safe environment too. So, because like nothing bad's gonna happen to them at the barbershop, but hey, if there's ever an instance where you're not with your parents, this is this is kind of the initial learning lesson as to how to act in public without your parents. But as your barber, you know that like nothing bad's going to happen to them, but they don't know that because that may have been their first experience out in public without their parent there. So it's definitely a learning lesson. So I think you're doing a lot of good when you do that. And I like that concept. And we're always improving too, John. Everyone's always improving. Every day you have to get 1% better, or else what are you doing, right?
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. And Jerry, has there ever been an experience for you with any of the barbers or a client that has been very impactful for you?
Man, I see it every day just watching these guys grow. For instance, with Luke, never cutting hair 3 years ago, and before that, then him coming into the barbershop, we'll have like guys from the city come down, right? Either Reading or Allentown, whatever, and they're used to a certain type of person cutting their hair. So then they come in the barbershop and they look directly at me like, yo, bro, you got me? And I'm like, nah, Luke's gonna take care of you. They like, who's Luke? And they see Luke, they like, I'm like, don't worry, he's good. Just because he's a white boy don't mean he can't cut hair. So then Luke gets him in the chair, and that's like fuel for Luke, right? He's like, yeah, I got this one. So he'll lace their haircut, lace it, and then once he's spinning them around, I think he has more city clients than I do at this point. This boy's taking over. So they love the cut. Now they turn around like, yo, thank you, man. They trusted me to sit with Luke because I know Luke was going to handle his business, and he always does. Same thing with Chris. Same thing with Gio. We have clients that come in that don't speak any English. Right away, Gio, you're up. You know what I mean? With Rudy, the kids love Rudy. He's like a teddy bear for them. So they run right up to him. They're, Mr. Rowdy, Mr. Rowdy. Rudy has like 5 names in the barbershop. So I love to see that growth. You know what I mean? Same thing with John. They don't even know who the owner is when they come in the barbershop. They're like, who's the owner? So we'll play around and be like, oh, Chris is the owner. And they're like, oh, Chris, this is a nice establishment you got going on. We're all crack up because John's watching, listening, and he stays so humble and everything. So it's just like, just watching everything play out. I'm in the front, and I get to see everybody when they first come in and when they leave. So my job is to make sure that they smile when they come in and smile when they leave, and the environment is positive while they're here. So just to look through the shop and see all this going on at one time, it's crazy. And we're so diverse to come to a little town in Kutztown. You know what I mean? Where it's like a culture shock for a positive, like in a positive manner. And we have all different ethnicities here. You know what I mean? So people come in, they're like, whoa, this is all going on in Little Kutztown. So me coming from the city and then being at the window, I watch a Lambo go by and a horse and buggy right behind it. It's so cool to see because it's different. You know what I mean? And us to bring the city to the country and they accept us and we accept them, it's just working out so perfectly. I just love to see the growth every day.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you guys told me Chris owned City Cuts when I first came in there. I think you guys pulled that one on me. I think Luke just went, yeah, he's the owner right there. He pointed so that's funny, man. But yeah, it's definitely Kutztown is kind of like a stop between like the two cities of Reading and Allentown. So it's definitely a melting pot in and of itself. And you guys definitely represent that in the best way possible. I know you guys have a quote on the wall there. What does that quote say? Because I've read it time and time again, and I forget what it is, but every time I read it, I'm like, yeah, exactly.
I think the one you're talking about is the bad guys don't take days off. Why should we?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's one
So,
up there.
yeah, why is that one that you guys have on the wall? And you guys kind of like represent that.
That's the Bob Marley quote.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically, what he's trying to say is, man, every day there's gonna be bad people around, right? So
Yeah.
for us, if we're the good guys trying to fight the bad people, we can't take a day off because they're not taking the day off. So it's just a mentality and a mindset thing. That every day you wake up, feel blessed, and then now if you're able to impact people as as, as much as you see them throughout the day in the barbershop, we should try to do that. We should try to make a positive impact, on their everyday lives if we can. Sometimes it's not gonna work, but you have to try it. So that because you don't know what kind of seed that you're planting throughout. So the more positive impact you can make, the world will be a better place. And I just want to highlight these guys, man, and we won't be as successful as we are if these group of guys didn't work together as diligently and as hard as they do. I'm very lucky to have them and kind of lead the way a little bit, but I love the growth that all of them have with each other and for themselves. They want better and they want to better our community and the people that surround them. So like I said, man, this wouldn't be as successful if it wasn't for Rudy, Luke, Jerry, Chris, and Gio. Man, I just want to highlight them a lot more than they have been. So
Yeah, absolutely. The guy, you're only as strong as the people that are around you. You're only as strong as those who have the same mental, same mental fortitude and the same vision as you do. So those guys definitely buy in as a barbershop and as a community as well. And, you know, like you said, without them, you guys wouldn't be where you are today. And that's it's a very good mindset to have, a solid mindset to have. um, is there anything else that you guys want to leave the viewers with at all? Any of you?
Rudy, you start.
Go ahead, Rudy.
Start.
Go on, Rudy. There he is. Look at that smile. Come on, leave him with that smile.
Smile here. And it's just me personally, for me, just everything around here in the shop and my life, everything is just that. I'm the person I am today because of City Cuts. I wouldn't be where I am now without City Cuts. I wouldn't have that same mentality that I would. Probably would never be a people person if it wasn't for here. Because they'll tell you I never was a people person. Now, I'm the most friendliest guy here. Everybody wants to talk to me. I'm cracking up jokes. And that wasn't me. So, just City Cuts being here helped me. If John had gave up on me or anybody else gave up on me, I don't know what I would, I don't know what I would be. I don't know who I would be. Especially, all the guys here, they help me, they bring me up because sometimes I revert back to my old ways, but they bring me right back. And you know, nobody else is really gonna help you like that in life. Not really a lot of people takes their time out to help you. I've been here for 5, 6 years, and the amount of stress I probably put on John. That's why he got all his gray hair. You know what I'm saying? John got all his gray hair because of me. So to have somebody like that to really help you, to really grow with you, like I don't know, it's just a blessing. I couldn't ask for better. I couldn't ask to be in a better place.
Absolutely.
To touch on that quote that we have on the wall, it's like you said earlier, Joe. Try to be 1% better every day. That quote is a reminder that when we leave City Cuts, that same mentality stays. It's not just in the barbershop. When you see us outside of City Cuts, you're gonna get the same energy. If it's Monday morning when no one wants to wake up and go to work, I run into you at the gas station, I'm gonna make you smile. I promise. You know what I mean? That's my job as
Yeah.
a human being, not just as a barber. So I learned that at City Cuts as well. It's not just, oh, let me go put this mask on and be Barber Jerry for 8 hours, 10 hours, and then I take it off when I get home. Nah, you still be the same person. You keep the same mental and the positivity. When you go to the gym, when I see you in the gym, it's always all love, right?
Yeah,
Hey,
absolutely.
that's a good reminder every day that be the best person that you could be and help the next man be the best version of themselves.
Absolutely. I love that mindset. Chris, you have anything to share?
They basically said, "Oh, I don't know, bro. Life's too short. Make someone smile. Just try to make a
Absolutely.
difference on someone's life. Positive difference, bro. People take stuff way too seriously. Especially with everything going on. Just try to make someone smile, bro. Try to make an impact in the day, even in the littlest way."
Absolutely. Yeah. It's as simple as that, right? Just be nice, be positive towards someone. Gio, you have any final words?
Just be kind to everyone. Just by you don't know whose day you're gonna make just by saying hi to that person with a smile. You don't know what that person is going through. Nowadays, a lot of mental issues going on because of everything in the world, the news and all that. So maybe they just need a little peace of mind, and they might, come in and with all that baggage in their heads, and you're just, smiling, just saying hi. That'll make a big difference, for them. Like, you never know. Just be kind.
Absolutely. Going back to what I said earlier, even that day that I was not feeling myself at all, Luke just kept saying hi until I smiled. He didn't care. He didn't care. He didn't care if I was like, all right, dude. Like, he just kept saying it. He was like, hi, Joe. Hi, Joe. Hi, Joe. Hi, Joe. That was a turning point for me, actually, when you guys did it. I think Jerry was doing it, too. He was like, hi, Joe. Hi, Joe. Hi, Joe. So I think, it was a huge turning point for me because I was like, what am I so upset about? Like, what am I so, like, why am I being like this? Like, I got people here at City Cuts that care about me. I got family, friends. And, it turned my mindset around from, like, what I was lacking to what I should be grateful for. And that all was achieved with a smile and you guys, like, kind of being goofy and just being like, hi, Joe. Hi, Joe. Yeah. So, that's funny. I like that you guys do that. Luke, any final words?
No, just shout out like always. You don't know what difference you can make by how you act. Yeah, I mean, like you say, you never know. We made you realize like, hey, maybe what am I mad about? So you walk out that door, you hit the streets. Guess what? You're gonna run into someone. You might be able to help them. It's that, like I said, it's that snowball effect. You never know what you're getting, that next step or the impact. So, I mean, it's hard to do it all the time. I mean, we're human beings, but try to do that. Try to visualize, try to see that impact that you can have on another, that you can have on yourself. You don't know how many opportunities you miss a day if you're in that mood, if you're looking negatively. So always try to build that up. Make it better, make yourself better, help make people around you better. I'm very grateful to be here, to be a part of this team. And that's what we are here, this brotherhood that we have at City Cuts. I'm grateful for John being sensei around here and, stepping on. He took me under his wing. Like I said, I learned everything here, everything right in shop. And to have that opportunity, that just provides what City Cuts is more about. It's all in-house. It's all in-house, and wouldn't be here without it. And book your dream vacation at Regatta's Island Time Getaway in St. Thomas.
Yeah, well, I'll drop it in the description, Luke. Don't worry, bro. I got you. Absolutely. And guys, it's been a real pleasure having you guys on, man. I'm grateful to be a customer at City Cuts. I'm grateful to say that you guys, like, I go to City Cuts. That's where I go because of you guys, the community involvement, who you guys are as people. I'm proud to be associated with you guys and what you stand for. So thank you for being a positive influence in the Kutztown community and to the people around you, to your network. For everyone that's out there listening still, thank you for listening. Follow us at ExcelCast _ on Instagram. Follow us at ExcelCast on TikTok. We're also on Spotify and YouTube at ExcelCast. And as always, stay blessed and excel.
ExcelCast.